The health watchdog has rated Suffolk's ambulance service as requiring improvement in a new report. The Care Quality Commission highlighted its caring for patients, though, as outstanding. Well, Suffolk Coastal MP and Defra Minister Therese Coffey has long campaigned for improvements in the ambulance service and joins us this morning. So, Therese, good morning to you. Here we are again, it seems.
Good morning, Italy. Well, this is the first time we've had an external inspection, and I met CQC about 6 months ago, who alerted me they were going to do this. And to be fair, the trust recognises that's where they were going to be. But of course, I'm still disappointed because of we've been on this journey a very long time. And we are making some progress, but nowhere near quick enough that I would hope for the patients of rural Suffolk.
What is going on with this trust then? Because you and I have been speaking about this for a good many years, and I'm sure it's been going on for even longer than that. And I look back into articles from the BBC back in 2014 when they said we realise we have to recruit more staff and we have to have better response times, and yet out comes this report and it still requires improvement. So what needs to be done?
Well, the inspectors are quite clear that the priority has to be to improve response times. Now, there's a number of factors in the report which I think are quite telling. But nevertheless, I agree with you, Italy, with this has been going on for far too long. And why is that? We have had considerable changes in leadership. I do believe that we still need to get tougher with some of the root causes of this, and some of those are our hospitals. I'm pleased to say not in the Suffolk County, but across the board. So I've asked for more details from the ambulance service after the last time we met them, because they keep talking about demand rising, and I want to know where the demand is coming, and that's the kind of thing that we need to get into, although I'll be honest, that should be their job, not necessarily the role of the MP locally to be pressing them on different areas. But I've got a meeting, I think, pretty much lined up with the Secretary of State in either September or October, when I really want to have a good kind of session with him to go into detail, because it's going to need that level of kind of focus from the top, and that matters to me for rural patients.
All sorts of projects have been introduced to tackle staffing levels, including working with the University of Suffolk. I would have thought, I'm quite surprised by this morning, I would have thought that more progress would have been made.
Yes, well, I mean, as you pointed out, it is really good to see an outstanding feature, and I think everyone who's ever come into contact with the ambulance service would say that the level of care that our paramedics and our operators show is excellent, and that's been borne out. So really pleased to see that. But underlying this, we've still got some issues. Now, the ambulance chief executive will talk about funding, I get that. But at the end of the day, it's our local GP clinical commissioning groups who decide that level of funding. And I think the East of England is still the second highest funded ambulance service in the country. Now, my next plan from this, Italy, we'd already written to the chief execs of the hospitals, is to see if we can see CQC directly, and in particular the lead inspector. Because so far we've done all our conversations more or less with the ambulance service, or when Dr. Marsh came to give an assessment as well, and then of course moved into the trust for a while. So I think meeting the inspectors would be a good step, so that we're better equipped as well with our scrutiny.
All right, Therese, I'll let you get on. Thank you for joining us at short notice this morning.